Hi guys, Crochet and Connect here. Debbie from the Canadian Crocheter just finished doing a holiday tag video and it looked so fun I just had to do it right away, especially since I was already wearing my holiday sweater. So I thought now would be a good time. I'm wearing my holiday marble sweater. It's got like little pixelated snowflakes and stuff on it. I love it, it's my favorite. So anyways, and I had my Christmas tree up already, so I thought I'd sit in front of it and make a very holiday feeling video. So this tag has 15 questions, so I'm just going to run through them quickly. So the first question is, when do you start decorating for Christmas? My family has always started decorating probably about the last week of November, but the inside decorations. If we had any outdoor decorations, we usually did them even earlier to avoid the cold and the snow, especially if we had anything that had to be staked into the ground, because if we waited too long the ground would freeze and we wouldn't be able to put them up. And it's also much easier to put up Christmas lights outdoors before the snow comes. So those would go up, but we would not turn them on until December. We actually have a park in the downtown of our city that does a big lighting of the lights, usually the first weekend of December. So we never turned on our outdoor lights until they did. That was our tradition. But the indoor, like the Christmas tree and everything, went up probably about a week before December usually. Because that was usually when our city had the Santa Claus parade. So it was our tradition to start decorating when the Santa Claus parade happened. But now our Santa Claus parade happens way too early. It happens like the first weekend of November. It is nuts. But I still don't decorate until almost December, because I think it's nuts to decorate any sooner than that. Number 2, what style do you decorate in? I guess we could call it eclectic. We have a little of everything. You can't really tell because of the lighting in here, but our tree is full of red and gold balls, and then we have a lot of angel ornaments that my mother gave us. And then we have a lot of like weird novelty ornaments, like Toronto Maple Leafs and Toronto Blue Jays ornaments. I have a Harry Potter ornament, a Star Wars ornament, a bacon ornament. We just have all kinds of like random things that we just like and throw up there. So nothing really matches, but it still kind of looks okay. It's really weird. So yeah, so stuff like that. The ornaments around the house are kind of eclectic as well. There's some crocheted stuff, some store-bought like snowmen and Santa Clauses and stuff. So nothing really matches, but it all still kind of goes together. It's so weird. I don't even like know how to describe it. Number 3, favorite Christmas tradition with the family. We don't really have any traditions. When I was growing up, we just stayed home for Christmas. We didn't really do anything like other than like specific things that we always baked every year. And in the morning we always got up and had breakfast together. I guess that would be a tradition. We didn't really have any like big traditions. We didn't have any relatives that we did anything with because they either lived in cities like about 3 hours away or in Europe, and we just never got together with anybody at Christmas ever. So we didn't really have any traditions. And then my husband and I, when we got married, we just went to different relatives' houses every year. We didn't have like specific traditions that we did. And we have a daughter now, but she's not even 2 yet, so we don't really have any specific traditions that we do with her yet either. So yeah, nothing really. Number 4, favorite place to buy Christmas decor. If we still had Target here in Canada, I would say Target, because they had some like really cute decorations when they were here, but they are not here anymore. So I guess there's not really a whole lot of places to buy nice decorations here. Actually, Walmart doesn't have the greatest quality decorations, or do the dollar stores. We do have a chain called Canadian Tire, which is like a hardware and housewares store, and they actually do have a really nice selection of holiday stuff every year. I have bought a lot of stuff from there before. And Michael's has nice stuff, but they're really expensive usually. So I guess I will say Canadian Tire. Number 5, favorite Christmas movie. can I not remember? I mean, obviously I like A Christmas Story, but that I'm getting kind of tired of that because there's actually a channel here that plays it for like 24 hours a day. I think it's Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, and so I've seen it so many times, and we have it on DVD as well. I've seen it so many times, I'm getting kind of tired of it. But no, I really like the Home Alone movies. I have to watch those every year. And the animated Grinch. Only the animated Grinch. I do not like the Jim Carrey Grinch. No, thank you. And I like the Peanuts Christmas. And obviously Rudolph and Frosty, the classics. And the National Lampoon Christmas Vacation. I have to watch that every year. Number 6, eggnog, hot cocoa, or apple cider. Definitely hot cocoa. I am a chocolate girl. I love everything chocolate. I've never really been a big fan of the flavor of eggnog, and I'm not really a fan of hot cider. I like cold cider, but I don't like it hot. And even cold cider, I'm a little iffy on because sometimes it has like some sediment or pulp or whatever in it, and I'm not a big fan of that. I don't know. I'm very picky with my cider. So definitely hot cocoa. Number 7, do you leave cookies out for Santa? And if so, what kind? I did as a child, of course. We just left out whatever we happened to bake that year, which was usually shortbread. And I haven't done it since I was a child. My daughter's still too young to understand that, so we haven't done it yet. I don't know if we're going to do it this year. We do have a special plate and cup for Santa already, but I don't know if we're going to do it this year. I don't know if she'll understand yet. She's not even 2, so I'm not sure. Number 8, real or artificial tree. I have always had artificial trees. When I lived at home, my mom would not have a real tree. She said she's one of those people who said it was too messy. I know it can be not very messy if you water it and take care of it properly, but she just always insisted it would be too messy. And then when I moved out on my own, I still couldn't have a real one because the apartment I lived in didn't allow real ones because they said they were a fire hazard. Plus, we got the cats around that time, and I was afraid they might like eat some and get sick or something, or destroy it or whatever. They did destroy artificial trees that we have. We've had these cats for just over 11 years now, and in that time, like this is our 3rd artificial Christmas tree because they keep when they were younger, they kept climbing them and destroying them and bending the branches and stuff. So this is our 3rd, but they're older now and more mellow, and they don't really touch it anymore. So I'm hoping this tree will last a long time. Number 9, favorite holiday dessert. I guess that would be, my mom made like a date roll every year for Christmas. I'm not sure what it would be called in English, but in her language it had a name. It was basically like a cookie kind of dough, with a date filling made with like dates and jam and raisins and alcohol. Apparently, I didn't know this, but apparently I ate an alcohol dessert when I was a child. I just recently found out she used to put alcohol in it. I can't remember what kind, like anisette or something. But anyways, so she made that every year, and it's like rolled up in like a big log and then sliced, and it was delicious. And she always made that only at Christmas, so that was a Christmas thing for me. I always associated that with Christmas. It was my favorite. And then also recently, in recent years, I've often made real gingerbread loaf, not cookies, a loaf. And it is so good, especially with like cream cheese frosting. So gingerbread and date roll, those are my favorites. What is the next question? Number 10, favorite Christmas cookie. That would be shortbread. When I was a child, my mom always made shortbread instead of sugar cookies or anything else because my siblings are type 1 diabetics, and so she wanted something not too sugary. And she had a recipe for a shortbread that used rice flour, so that was even a little bit healthier than regular shortbread. And we would cut them out with like regular sugar cookie cutters. So that was our Christmas cookie. So I always associate shortbread with Christmas. So that is my favorite Christmas cookie. Number 11, do you open gifts on Christmas Eve? Nope. My family never did. I don't think my husband's family ever did. My husband and I have never. So no, unless we got together with like friends or something on Christmas Eve, we would exchange gifts with our friends. But family gifts never on Christmas Eve. Number 12, do you decorate your Christmas tree yourself? I usually do. My husband doesn't really help all that often. He'll help like put the tree up, but he doesn't really help decorate it all that often. I usually do that myself, and my daughter's not old enough to help with that yet. But when she is old enough, I'll start getting her to help. Number 13, where do you spend Christmas Day? As a kid, we always spent Christmas Day at our house. As I said, we never really had any relatives or anything we got together with, so it was always just at home. And then since meeting my husband, we've always gone to his brother's house for Christmas Day, and then my family gets together either on Christmas Eve or the day after Christmas, whenever everybody's available, because we're all going to our spouses' places, and it's so hard to find a day to get together. But my husband's brother always has a get together Christmas Day, so that's where we always are on Christmas Day. Number 14, favorite Christmas smell. That would probably be like cloves, and especially like cloves with citrus, because my mom always used to make pomanders, which are like oranges with whole cloves stuck in them. So that like citrus and clove smell always reminded me of Christmas. And also like gingerbread spices, like that scent. Those are my Christmas smells. I love those smells. And number 15, what is your favorite thing to craft or make during the holidays? My favorite thing to make is desserts. I love to bake. I make the desserts for both my family's Christmas and my husband's family's Christmas. So that is my Christmas making. That's what I do. Obviously I do craft because I'm a crocheter, but I like to bake more than craft at Christmas. You've seen the few ornaments I've made. I've shown them in videos, but baking is my thing. So yeah, so that is the Christmas tag. I will put the questions down below, and I will link Debbie's video down below as well. I'm not going to tag anybody in particular. If anybody wants to do it, go ahead. If not, that's cool too. And I hope everybody's having a good end of November. Happy crafting.